Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Google's holding their big annual developer conference today, and they just announced something called Gemini Spark. Spark is a 24/7 AI agent running quietly inside your Google apps all day long. And Andrej Karpathy, one of the most well-known names in all of AI, announced he's leaving to join Anthropic. Hi, I'm Marcus Netto, and I spend most of my time helping small business owners figure out where AI is going to provide the biggest return for their businesses. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe. So Google I/O is Google's big annual developer conference, and it's the one where they show developers and businesses what's coming down the pike. And this year, the announcement that's been getting the most attention isn't the new model version or the smart glasses, it's something called Gemini Spark. Now, here's what it actually does. It runs in the background of your Google apps. So think Gmail, Google Chat, and about 30 other programs. It takes care of tasks without you having to ask. And the idea is that instead of opening Gemini every time you need something done, Spark is already doing things. You set it up once and it keeps running. Now, you might wonder what this looks like in practice. And an example would be telling it to scan your inbox every morning and send you a list of anything with a hard deadline, or have it summarize the email threads that are getting longer while you're trying to ignore them, because we all have those. Or you can set it up to check your credit card statement every month for hidden fees, not once, every month, automatically. It connects to more than 30 third-party tools through something called Model Context Protocol, or MCP integrations. Now, don't let the fancy jargon get you. This is a standardized format that allows large language models to talk to other software the same way apps talk to each other, or maybe even in the same way that an API is used. So here's what I think the real story is with this, though. Every major AI platform right now, whether it's Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, is trying to make the same jump from the thing you go to when you have a question to the thing that's already doing work while you're doing something else. Spark is Google's version of that move, and for a small business owner who lives in Gmail and Google Docs, this could become pretty useful pretty fast. The catch? Starts rolling out to Google AI Ultra subscribers in the US next week. So it's not free and it's not here today, but if you're already paying for Google's AI tier, this is definitely something to watch for. If you want to get super fancy, you could probably connect it to a Google Sheet so that inbox summary it sends you every morning gets logged automatically. And over a few weeks, you've got a running record of what's actually landing in your business. For a 6-person team trying to track client work across a messy inbox, that's not nothing. It also becomes a resource for you to pull questions that come at you constantly for FAQs and things like that. Now, for this next story, I'm going to go with the Lex Friedman pronunciation of Andrej Karpathy, because Andrej's name just does not want to roll off my Latin tongue. Anyway, Andrej announced today that he's joining Anthropic. Now, if that name doesn't ring a bell, Andrej is one of the founding members of OpenAI. He then went to Tesla and ran their entire autopilot and full self-driving program for years, and then went back to OpenAI for another year, and then left again in 2024 to start his own company, Eureka Labs, and they're focused on using AI to make education better. He is about as respected in AI research as anyone in the industry. And now, he's at Anthropic, working specifically on pre-training. That's the part of building an AI that happens long before you ever use it. The expensive month-long process where the model develops its foundational intelligence. He's also going to build a team whose job is using Claude itself to speed up that research. So Anthropic is now using Claude to make better versions of Claude. Anyway, for most small business owners, this doesn't change what you can do in Claude tomorrow morning, but here's why I think it matters. Talent moves like this are usually a signal. When someone that experienced, who could genuinely go anywhere, picks one company over every other option, they're making a bet on where the most interesting work is happening. And right now, that bet is Anthropic. Now, if Karpathy's work on pre-training pays off over the next couple of years, Claude gets meaningfully smarter at its core. And if you're building any kind of workflow or automation on top of Claude, or even using it for client work, That's a good sign. Not bad for a Monday. Now, Google is building AI that operates in the background so you don't have to manage it, and Anthropic just pulled one of the most respected researchers in the world to make their models meaningfully smarter over the next couple of years. That's pretty incredible. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Hope you got something out of this. Don't forget to hit that like button, and especially the subscribe one, please. It really helps out a lot. Till tomorrow, ciao.